Hello. Hello, guys. Welcome. We are waiting for a bit more people. Just who are you? From which LC? So I know who is here, who is ready. Okay. So again, you can write what's your name, from which LC you're coming from, so we know who is here, and you're ready. Okay. So again, you can write. Okay, guys, I'm gonna slowly start. So I hope some people will join during the call. Anyway, it's recorded, so you can watch it also later, or now maybe you're watching it again. So welcome on a webinar called Teamwork and Leadership, or about teamwork and leadership for IGV, right? So who am I? My name is Hinek. I'm CVP for B2B marketing of Aiesec in Mexico, but I'm originally from the Czech Republic. I was LCVP, LCP, MC in the Czech Republic, and now I'm here in Mexico. And I'm gonna deliver this session for you. And I don't really like to do webinars, talking and talking. I like to do it more interactive, even though we cannot really interact together. Um, yeah. We cannot interact together. Anyway, I want you to participate. And at the end of this space, you should understand better your role as a team leader. If you think that you're a good team leader, anyway, you can get even better. If you think that you are not maybe that good, you can always learn, because this is the learning process, right? So you can also learn some models of management and leadership. You can understand how we actually develop Aiesec, and how can you use it as a team leader, and how to lead better your team. So at the end, you should have some action steps that you can take to become even better team leader. And as I said, it's more interactive in a way that I need you to do something during this. So it's not just I'm talking and talking, but it's that you're taking notes, and I have some questions and things that I need you to do. So please take a notes. That means that take a paper or notebook, or write in your laptop, anything, but I need you to prepare this. Also, as you understood, it's gonna be in English. So sorry for that. So yes, if you have your paper and notebook or laptop, write down top four people that you're leading. It's possible that you're leading less people, for example, three, maybe even one person. Just write names. Four people, write top four people that you're leading, important people of your team. So all of you should be team leaders, so just write down names of four people that you're leading. And we are gonna work with this during the webinar. If you're, as I said, if you're leading less people, it's fine, just write the name of the maximum four people. Okay, and I find out my laptop is stupid. So it's gonna duplicate. So we have this, right? And actually, when I was thinking about this webinar, I think it's a lot about this question that a lot of people is asking. It's like, I'm team leader. So am I actually a leader, or am I more manager? So if you, what you're gonna find out, for example, that the boss or the manager is the one who's creating the leader, is the one who's creating confidence. The boss is like very focused on blame, but the leader is correcting the mistakes. A boss knows everything, but the leader is the one who's asking questions. Or the manager is the one who is pushing things, but the leader is pulling things. Again, so yeah, I'm sorry. It's gonna happen always. And then you can learn that, for example, manager is the one who's doing these operative things like planning, budgets, organizing stuff, controlling. But the leader is the one who sets a direction, align the people, motivates and inspire. That's all true. But actually, there is like something very important to be both. And there is this story that I want to share, and it was a group of people who were trying to get through the jungle, through the forest, and producers were the ones who were getting through the forest, and they were the problem solvers. So they were cutting through the jungle and cutting the jungle, the forest, and getting through that. And then there were managers. There were the ones who were behind them, and they were like sharpening the machetes. They were writing the policies and procedures and all these programs to actually get faster and better through the jungle. And there were also leaders. And the leader is the one who climbs the tallest tree, and then he discovered the situation, he evaluated the situation, and then he said, we are in the wrong jungle. And again, and then everyone are actually busy. Efficient producers are still going through the jungle. Managers respond, shut up, we are making progress. What does it mean is that usually we are just producing and working and going through something, making progress, but we are actually not thinking what is the purpose, the vision, the direction, and if we are actually in the right jungle, let's say, which in our case can be if we are actually doing the right things, if we are operating in the right markets, and so on. But the key of the story is, and of the examples I show you, is that management is important. So it's not that we should not manage the people, we should not manage the things. Management is, in this case, very important. But leadership has to come first. It's not more important, but it needs to come first. So you as a team leader or manager is both. You're both team leader and manager. You're leading the team, you're managing the team, but the leadership has to come first. So you have these 4 people, maximum 4 people or less, right? Written on your paper. So now I want you to write to each of them if you think that you're for them more leader or manager. So just write down like my name and like name of one person, Enrique, say, and write more leader for him, but for Mariana more manager. You know, so different perception from each of them, because maybe their style of working with each of them is quite different. So I want you to write, you have these names of people, write if you think you're more leader or more manager for them. Amazing. So when you have this, I'm actually gonna explain you what should be, or what is the essence of leadership. So essence of leadership is that if you actually push people, you don't know where they are going and what they think and what they do. But if you lead them, you're giving them a chance to follow. You're giving them the chance to develop and to perform by themselves. Again. And essence of leadership is also what is important. It's not about you, it's about the team. So sometimes you can say like, I'm not the most important person as a team leader, because if my team performs, if my people performs, that is what is making my job showing that I'm a good leader. So it's not about you, it's about the team. And it's about the purpose that unites you and something that goes beyond. That is leadership. And then I want to show you something that is called servant leadership, that is like a theory that the are the ones who serve, are servant that serve first. And it always begins with the natural feeling that you want to serve, and you want to serve first. And that means that you're actually not taking care that much about yourself, but more of or the purpose that you're making. That is servant leadership. And actually in Aiesec we have this great KPI is the greatest KPI that we have in Aiesec, and it's number of leaders that we are creating. And at the end, it's not only the making as story makers and leaders that you're developing through the exchange, it's also your members as leaders that you develop. And I have this question, so I want you to write on the paper or the notebook. The question is, who were the leaders that has served you and invested in you? Actions they took to invest in you, and what are you able to achieve because of them? So maybe was your teacher or your friend or your CVP or your previous team leader. So who were the leaders in your life? I believe at least one that someone who served you, who invested in you. So who were these people? What are the actions that they took? What are the things they did for you? How did they serve you? And what did you achieve because of them? I will give you, write this down, because it's something that is important for this session. Okay, so if you wrote down the leaders that served you and that invested in you, now it's time to ask, who are the people that you served, you invested in? So maybe it was members or someone for friends or someone, and how did they, like, the questions, how have they flourished because it means, like, what happened when you served, how did they grow, what did they achieve, what did they manage to do? Maybe it was just some encouragement for your friend, and then they got to the university they wanted, or they got the job, or they achieved something great. So who are the people that you served, that you helped, that you invested in? So again, few seconds, just write this down. Who are these people? And what happened when you helped them? Okay, so now you should have served you, that helped you somehow, and you know how. And then you have some people that you helped, you served, you invested in, and how did it help to them? And why I was asking about this is because it's important to ensure that being leadership of others, because this is at the end of the day one of your roles as team leader. Your role as a team leader is to help people to perform and bring results, right? Make more stories, let's say. But it's also about developing the leadership of your members and of other people. So you still have this list of maximum 4 to 3, 4 people that you have, that you're leading. So you have this list, and the question is, how did you develop the leadership of each of them from 1 to 10? So again, you have Enrique, Mariana, for example. So Enrique, I think I developed leadership like from 1 to 10 online. And Mariana, I think I helped her more, so it's like 7. Okay, so it's like you can always do more, but or you reach help them goal, maybe because of them, because it's maybe because of different reasons to each of them. How did you develop? And that was my second question. And I can get to the question, how do we actually develop leadership in Aiesec? And that is actually the basics of team management and team standards. So I hope you heard about it. If not, this can help you. This space can help you in this. Actually, how do we develop leadership in Aiesec of our members? us for our customers. For our customers, we deliver 16 standards, 16 exchange standards. We help them to go through inner and outer leadership qualities, right? So for our members, we deliver not exchange standards, but team standards. So we have some guideline that is called team standards. And when we deliver this, it actually helps us to go them through the inner and outer journey and then develop the leadership qualities. So this is how we develop leadership of our members in Aiesec. And in the middle of the journey, learning competencies. That means that as a leader, learning how to manage the people, but also about function work, how to do certain things. So I'm getting competence to actually be able to deliver these. And I understand and live Aiesec values. At the end, who we are, the organization, and this is who we should be. Basic guideline. Are divided in 3 parts of building, performing, and closing. There is also part of reporting, or reporting. So this is guiding us to actually perform better and develop the leadership of our members, right? So my question is, how are you delivering the team standards? Write it down. How are you as a team leader delivering team standards? If it's for the first time you heard about team standards, it's okay. Just write it, team standards. If you're delivering, you can write like evaluate from 0 to 10. How are you delivering team standards? How do you feel about that? And as I said, it all starts and ends with team standards. That is the most important and #1 guideline for you to be better team leader. And it's actually something that is helping you. You have to do it, something that you do because it's helping you. And now, if I go back, you should be in a peak of performing. So building the team already. Now you're performing with the people, right? So that is about team standards. And my question is about it. Like, if you have, what can you do to ensure that you're gonna deliver team? Some idea. Team. How I'm gonna finally learn? Who I'm gonna ask? My TM, like talent management, LCVP for talent management, CVP, or if I'm delivering part of all of them, or I don't know how to do certain parts of that, who am I gonna ask, where I'm gonna read it, what I'm gonna deliver team standards, because that is something that can help me to be better team leader. So just write down the ideas of what you're gonna do to deliver team standards. Like 10 seconds to do this. As I said, this is interactive webinar. This is not something that I'm talking to you, do this, but it's how you're gonna actually do it. So write down there. And my question is, what is your role? What's your JD? Big team leader, right? So what is your role? What is your JD? Just write down the main important things about your job description. What are you doing? Just write it down. Okay, so you should have your role, your JD, the most important points, and perspective to leader of anything is to of people, and in order to perform, #1, and develop 2. So you're leading a team, your team leader, right, of people that need bring results and develop themselves during the journey. What is important about this is to make sure that you're clear about your job description, about your JD, and you're clear and on the same page as your VP. As your VP, you know you're doing the same things, how the role and job. And why is it important? Don't know what you do. How should you know what to do? If you're not clear about your job description, how can you make sure that all your members are clear their job description? Did they know what is their role? If you don't know what is your role, they don't probably also know what's your. So this is actually, I'm actually starting a little bit. Important things is what is the job description and role of, but first it starts with first. So you is this this small operational or strategic. So this is like two axes. One is operational. Operational means that you're actually doing the things. I don't know, calling to NGOs, going for meetings, approving the members, having interviews or reviews, handling the processes, and so on. So actually, operation is like doing the things. Being strategic is more managing the things. How can we make it better? Leading people. On this model, if you're a team member, you're actually only operational strategy. You're operational. You're doing the thing. You're the team member. You're doing the operational stuff that you should do in IGV. But if you're a leader, you're actually being a little bit less operational and you're more strategic. That means that you should, as a team leader, more lead people than do this. That is the ideal thing, how it should work. Of course, it depends on the size of your team, of size of your LC, of the development of the LC and your LC. So the best way it should be that you are not doing the operational things. You're just leading the people to, and you're finding the way how you can lead better to do the things better, not to do the things for them. So the best team leaders are the ones who are actually helping to people to perform, not to perform for them. And of course, when you're LCVP, you're even more strategic. You're actually doing even less operational things. When you're LCP and MC, at the end, as LCP, you don't do that much. You just lead people to do the thing. How this is how it basically works, becoming more strategic and operational. Your role as a team leader is to be operational, strategic, and lead the people better and better in operations. So the question is again, what is your role? And JD, you should write it. But if you're not clear about this, what are you going to write down? That's my question for you to find out your job description, your role, how you're gonna align it with your CVP, how are you gonna make sure that you're really 100% sure what is your role. And I'm going to react to the question. For more people, the paper. So about the purpose. So is the why does it exist? Why does there's the question. And again, you and each member to say, okay, I know that I'm doing to communicate with this. I have to go to the airport, but you're clear about the purpose, know why you're doing it. That means I know that I'm going to the airport. Is going to be here and developing his leadership and making impact for Mexico during his 6 weeks project of my work of actually going to the airport. So this is super important because clarity of purpose is foundation of all success. So then I'm asking, what is the role purpose of IGV? Actually, purpose of your team. And if you're not your members are not clear what is the purpose of your team, just write down what you're gonna do to get clear on this as a team leader or as a team, to your team members. How are you gonna explain them? Okay, you have to do this and this job because of this. This is why we do what we do. In Aiesec, we a lot talk about the vision, about peace and fulfillment, humankind's potential, leadership development, but you need to be clear on that as a team leader and as a team member. What is the purpose of my team? That is a very important question. So just write down what you're gonna do. I can go to the next question, and that is also super important. And my question is, what is your goal and direction? As a goal, I mean, for example, how many approvals you should do, or how many realizations you're gonna have, and the direction can be like, how are you gonna develop the area? How are you gonna move IGV better? Do you have some vision or something like this for your team or for IGV in your LLC? So this is my question. What is your goal? Write it down, think about it. What is your goal and direction? Sorry, why is it important? What is your goal and direction? So you should know and clear on what is your goal of applicants, accepted people, approvals, realizations, completes. So also you should know, like, if you have enough opens, like what is, so maybe there is something specific only for your team, but you have some KPIs, you have some measures, right? That is super important. Why you need to know these goals per semester, per month, or even per each week. And then you need to track if you're achieving these goals. You should be able to tell me, okay, my plan for this month is 30 approvals, and I managed to do 20. So am I doing well or not? And if I'm not doing well because I'm 10 approvals, what are gonna be the things that me and my team needs to do in the next week to deliver the rest of the APDs? So this is a very important question that you should ask yourself and be clear on that. And the second part of this question is, what is the vision? Where does your LPP taking your area, or where you as a team are taking your area, IGV? So how are you moving it forward? Where do you wanna? It's about like how you're gonna develop the IGV in your LLC for the future generations. How can you make the next LLC is gonna make even more that you're doing? How are you gonna develop projects so they are sustainable and they are living the leadership of the people? These are the main important things that you should ask. What is your goal and what is your direction? And being clear on this. And if you're not clear on this, my question is, what are you gonna do? You're gonna take to find, so how many approvals, but even more opens on applicants or realizations every week, every month, for the whole semester, and what is the direction? So again, down what's gonna be your action steps to be clear. If you're not clear on this, you cannot make sure that your members will know if you're performing or not. So write down these things, your idea. Because this question is a lot about ownership, taking ownership about the goal. You as a team have a goal. You need to deliver, for example, 30 approvals in 1 month. And you should, as a team leader, take ownership for this goal with your team. And your team should know that this is the goal. This is 30 people that you're gonna approve. These are the 30 people that are and they are gonna developing their leadership and making impact in this country. So this is something you need to be clear of. So I hope. So basically, all these things that I was asking you about the role, about the JD, about the purpose of the team, about about the goal direction are the standards. This is building or performing, and you, for example, tracking. That means that you're tracking if you're achieving the results or you're not results. And if you're not achieving the results, how can you? What do you as a team need to do to achieve them? And you can do it through the I don't know, tracking meetings, team meetings, the reviews, some accountability systems, and so on. You can have one-to-ones with your members to ensure that you know what are they doing, what are they working on, how are they developing also themselves. So this is actually all part of team standards that I was asking for, and it's also part of your journey and you being a better team manager, team leader, better in your teamwork. Actually make sure that the work of your team is better. And you still have these 4 people, right? So you have a number of 4 people that you're leading. I hope you didn't forget. So you have these people, and I'm gonna show you the last thing, and that is something. It's like metrics or something. Is again axis. There are 2. One is potential, and one is performance. So what does it mean? The down you have the performance. That means what are we gonna do? I'm gonna ask you, how is each of your members having, like, performing? So how is he good in performance from 0 to 10, and what is his potential to be better from 0 to 10? Think about 4 people maximum. You have maybe 1 to 3 maximum people that you're leading, right? So I want you to think, are they performing, and what is the potential of these people? What can performance mean? Means this is a lot of text, but what is that if they are result working, if they're maybe being a bit strategic, thinking how to do things better, if they understand the market, the customer oriented or impact oriented, if they are able to network, to I don't know, being engaged with your cooperation for IR, if they are able to communicate with the NGOs, with the customers, and if they're even good as team members to lead the team with you, like to perform all the things better. So this, what what results are they bringing? Okay, I hope you can hear me, because I can't do anything with that of the house. I'm sorry if you have the PPT or to hear me. I cannot do it. Yeah, I hope it's gonna work. This is performance, right? I'm gonna fastly repeat it. So you have the form leading, and you should ask yourself, how do you see the performance and potential? So about the performance, it can be again about their resolution, how are they performing results, how are they even making things better, how are they market or customer oriented, implemented, how are they working as a people, how are they operating with IR or the corporations or the NGOs, or how are they as team members driving together. So basically, performance potential means how are your members learning, how fast they're learning, how are they showing the initiative, proactiveness, how are they thinking about the opportunities that you have, how are they committed for the work, and high performance capabilities, and what is the attitude in the team. All these things is about yeah, I'm gonna share my again. I'm back. Sure. No. Okay. I hope you can see it because I can see it. Okay, I think now you should be able to see it, because I see it. Okay. Yeah, I think it's working. Cool. So let's continue. The last thing I was saying was about this. So as I said, you have the 4 members, maximum 4 members still leading, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, or maximum top 4 people you're as a team leader. So what I want to do is put each of them. So from 0 to 10, what is the performance of each of them? So you have, for example, Enrique, right? So Enrique, how is he performing 0 to 10? And the potential. So what is the potential to perform even better, to develop, to maybe be next team leader or something? So mark his or her performance and potential from 0 to 10. And at the end, you should have it here in the metrics. So for example, Enrique is performing like, so his results are good, but not 100%. And his potential is really big because he could perform much better. Become either a CVP, or he could really help himself personally and professionally in Aiesec more. His potential can be even 10, right? So mark these are numbers and put them to the metrics. And what I want you to do is to see this picture and understand. See this picture and understand each of them. So, as I said, for example, Enrique is performing. So that means that he's somewhere here, which means that he's top talent. He's very strong member of, and you can still provide very special development for him or her to perform even better, right? But maybe you have someone that is the poor, performing very bad, is not, I don't know, comics, and is not actually doing that much. Not nothing, but not that much. But potential can be very good. So he can perform even better if you put an effort, or he's good member of the team, but he's just not performing. So that means that his potential can be, for example, 7. So he's somewhere here. He's sometimes meeting targets, but there is big potential for him to grow. So what you need to do is to train him, because maybe he or she doesn't know how to do certain things very well, and you can give him more opportunities to grow, to discover new things, to learn new things, so he can perform better, right? So here you can have like explanation of each of them. And at the end, what I want you to do, so you have these maximum 4 people, right? So you have Enrique, Mariana, let's say you have 2, and these 2 people, you have numbers, how good are the elements and in potential. And what I want you to do for each of them is to think, how can you move them in a performance? And so here is example. You have Mariana that has 6 and number 5. So what do you want to do until the team leader start? To 8 is it performing? You want to perform, so you really move for the result. And my question is, from where to where, because to where do you want to move them as a team leader? And at the end, what are gonna be the action steps to ensure this? So I'll give you again like 30 seconds to write this down. This question is about how and where do you want to move your members, how you want to develop them in order to maximize their potential, to make them perform better. So what are going to be also the action steps? So for example, you want to perform from 6 to 8. That means that you need to have more that you need to have, for example, more team meetings. You can make some new challenges to perform better, to find themselves, to learn better. And sparks part of the team, but also their development. And with the development, it should go together, should size. And I have you need to be better. You are right. The question is, what do you need to do, and what do you need to be better? Right. So what you need to get? Some training or see or learn. The question is,